This is a very special event for us in the family, and we're so glad to see so many friends from Fairhaven and from Petersburg and from New York and New Jersey, and thank you all for being here.
North Carolina.
And North Carolina. I'm talking in the microphone. Would you like to say hello?
Sorry, where are our children?
Thank you, Kate. And one thing in putting the slideshow together that you see on the screen there, that I learned digging through the photographs in my basement was how much is missing. You see a lot there, but there is so much that you do not see. Mother as a child, her trips to California to visit Aunt Duty and Uncle Hickey, trips to Canada, or after she and Dad married, their years in Bogota, Colombia, and Caracas, Venezuela, life at the farm in New Tree City, Virginia. Many events. I couldn't find the photographs to depict those times. Mother for years taught the 5th grade. She was a much beloved teacher and librarian. And so there are many gaps in this story. Only one shot of life here in Fairhaven. I found that we just don't have photographs of many of you who are friends of mothers here in Fairhaven. But when I was thinking about Mother and what I remember about her, there, of course, is an anecdote that comes to mind, which I will tell you very briefly. It was a meaningful one to me, and helpful in getting this prepared. This was prepared. I didn't have to stay up all night last night doing this one. I had this one finished by 7 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And I have Mother to thank for that, because when I was in the 7th grade, I had a project, which was to build a bridge, a real wooden bridge, about this, this many feet wide. And I put it off until the night before. And Mother said, "Is your bridge done?" I said, "No, I've gotten started on it, but it's not done." Well, about 5 o'clock the next morning, with Mother at my side, that bridge finally got finished. So it was a lesson learned in life. And what I'd like to do now is to pass the microphone to my sister Susie, and let her have a few remarks, and then a few others in the family. Susie? And I'll wrap things up. Toast.
Well, we just thought it would be interesting to have a few anecdotes about Mother. Where is Mother? Oh, there she is. And I think of her as lovely and gracious, and you may not know that she was an art history major, and she's always had a lovely way about her. But there was something that she did when I was maybe a teenager, and she was teaching 5th grade. There was a little boy in her class who was from a migrant worker family, and he had a pretty sad life, and he didn't like school, but he liked Mother, and he liked her class. And she would invite him over to do odd jobs around the house. They gave him a little pocket money. But what she did, in addition, was she would always feed him lunch. But it wasn't just a snack. It was the best china, a flower, on a beautiful table. She figured that he needed something beautiful in his life too. And I think she was it. So that's my anecdote. And now I will ask my sister, Anne. Where is Anne? She's really my stepsister, but she's like a sister. Good woman here.
She has to say that because I refer to Helen as my mother, which she is. My father met Helen late in life. He spent some years as a widower. And he met her, and immediately all we ever heard was Helen. Helen this, Helen that. And we didn't meet her for months. And so we started calling her Helen of Troy, because he was clearly smitten. Anything you wanted to talk to him about, the stock market, the weather, within 30 seconds he turned it into something about Helen. So my brother and I were a little concerned because he was vulnerable and needy and all of that. So I went and had a little talk with him, and I said, Daddy, it's really nice. We love it that you have this woman in your life. But you know, at your age, you all can just enjoy being together and dating and all of that. And it's just want you to know it's okay with us, you know, if you don't get married. And he looked at me like, what kind of daughter did I raise? And I realized that in Smithfield, Virginia, you don't do that anyway. And once we met Helen, we thought, oh, wow, are we lucky? We are so very, very lucky. And he was very lucky. And 10 years later, it was just a few weeks before he died, but it was their 10th anniversary. And I was down there, and Helen and I were in the room. He was on a hospital bed in his home. And you were never quite sure at that point whether he was really processing what was going on. But I said, Daddy, this is your 10th anniversary with Helen. There was this long silence. And I said, do you remember 10 years ago when you got married? There's another silence. And I thought, okay. Then he said, no, but I know it was the happiest 10 years of my life. And it was. If I have time, I have a little poem. Not mine, thank goodness. Mary Oliver, taking a few liberties with, called Self-Portrait. I wish I was 20 and in love with life and still full of beans. Onward, old legs. There are the long pale dunes. On the other side, the roses are blooming and finding their labor no adversity to the spirit. Upward, old legs. There are the roses, and there's the sea, shining like a song, like a body I want to touch. Though I'm not 20 and won't be again, but 90, and still in love with life and still full of beans.
That was very nice. Thank you. My daughter Elizabeth and my mother Angela.
Hi. I just wanted to say a few things to Grandma. Ann Curley came up to me today and said, you are just the luckiest person because you have the greatest grandmother. And she is right. I really do have an amazing grandmother, and so happy to have her in my life, and so blessed. I just want to fill in the gaps a little bit from what my dad was saying about her, what's missing in this beautiful presentation. That I just have memories of growing up with her. My sister and I spent summers with my grandma in Petersburg and at the lake. And she just opened up a whole world of fun and activities. I'm just She wants to go next. Basically, in a nutshell, I learned about pinhole cameras and terrariums and exploring nature and all about the arts and, more importantly, grace and charm. If I have that, I hope that I know that that comes from Grandma Helen. So I love you very much, and just wanted to share that with you. And
1, 2. I love you, Grandma.
Can I give this to you? Yeah.